I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Today is Monday, April 1st, 2019, and this is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. So let's go down our agenda. PRs that need attention, nothing. I think, does anybody have any PRs that is not getting review attention?
Yes.
Okay, if you can.
Doing it now.
Yeah, please copy it here and, all right. This is the cap for namespace transfer?
No,
no.
I'll put that one in next.
Okay.
But this one is idle. I made all the changes that were requested. I removed everything relating to populators. It's just strictly PVCs. If this lands, I've got the code for both K8s and the CSI provisioner. So
Okay. Excellent. I will go ahead and ask Saad to review that when he gets a chance.
Awesome. I was going to ping him on Slack, but I hate to bother him. So.
All right.
Yeah, the Kubernetes CSI CI PRs that also still need some comments or reviews or merging, whatever is most appropriate.
Yep, I am currently reviewing that, so I will be able to, I think by end of today, have some comments.
Yeah, I just noticed that the test infra definitions of different jobs needs another case for updating the deployment definition inside CSI host path driver. Basically, we just need a new job that tests those deployments without replacing images. And I'm currently going to update or add those jobs. So there will be a slight update to this one pull request against test infra, which has that additional change, just for your information.
Cool, thank you. All right. So the next topic is the what is the fate of our cluster driver registrar? The last discussion we had last week, so far no one has had any objections to discontinuing the cluster driver registrar. I think it's been like a week since anyone has commented, so I'm gonna call this a final call right now. If anyone wants to still keep the cluster driver registrar, please speak up. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. We'll say or stop. Okay, so we're gonna stop developing. Yeah.
I can close 3 PRs.
That's cool. We still need, okay, there's still some work that we need to do in that we need to deprecate this and update the documentation. So we need to update this README with the deprecation. We need to update CSI docs. I think there's a couple pages, CSI node and CSI driver pages, and then the cluster driver registrar page. What else do we need to do? I think that's all. Okay. Does anyone want to volunteer to update the docs?
I'll do it.
Who was that, Luis? Cool.
Yeah, it's
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah. I need to understand how it works anyway, so this will help me.
Okay. Oh,
When do you
one
need
more.
it by?
If you can, like this week or next
Okay,
week.
you got it.
One more thing is update the host path deployment example.
Okay, and what about E2E tests? Do they need to be updated? Do they use it at all?
Oh, right. Okay. That's right.
I
Okay.
don't
So
think I don't think they use it.
They
At least I
do.
haven't. They do now. Okay.
There are the mock driver E2E tests use the
Okay.
cluster driver registrar. We need to roll that back. Okay. So this is actually a little bit more work. So
Yeah.
I don't expect
mean,
all of this to be done by this week, but if you can
okay.
start working on things, that would be great.
Yeah, no problem. I may also have another resource from Portworx that may help me.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that'll be great.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks for taking that on. All right. Next topic. Patrick, you're wondering if we should replace.
Yeah, I don't think we have discussed it, or perhaps I just missed it, but it occurred to me that the current stable release of CSI driver host path, which is with 1.0.2, can be replaced completely and can be replaced with whatever the next version will be. Probably 1.1.0, because we are just adding features without any API or breakages. And that release, then once it's cut, can be used for both deployments that we currently maintain for 1.13 and 1.14.
So I mean, we could. The question is so are you saying replace it in the deployment examples that we have?
Exactly. And that basically makes it the official supported version, because we are expecting people to, well, we need to document what the supported version is. The mechanism that we have for that now is these example deployments. And basically, once we do that, we can just tell people that the old driver is no longer supported. It's not going to get bug fixes. The reason why I'm asking is actually because the old driver has several known bugs that we haven't backported. It doesn't pass CSI sanity testing, for example. So yeah, we either need to backport fixes, continue to blacklist certain tests, or just replace it.
Okay. Does it not pass CSI sanity tests? Are they like the new tests that were added to CSI sanity or the older tests?
I think the older driver still has this bug where it doesn't reject raw block volumes.
But that was that like a new test that was added to CSI sanity this release?
Yes, but the driver is clearly broken. I mean, it doesn't do the necessary sanity checking of the create volume request.
Yes, I just mean that like as of say 112 or 113, like block was still alpha, so it wasn't critical for the driver to pass that.
Yeah, I still think it would make sense to replace it, because there's really no reason to support an old version of the host path driver.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, then let's cut the release and do that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I really hope no one's using the host path driver for production.
Yeah. But even if they do, I mean, this is one of the cases where we just end up with unsynchronized versions between our different components, and that's just fine as long as we do enough upfront testing of that new combination. And the CI does that. It just drops in, for example, the current canary into the Kubernetes 1.13 deployment example and runs the test, and then we see whether that works.
Yeah.
I think we should add. I think that this is not the first time I've heard host path in production. I've told many people that over the CSI channel, and I'm quite concerned about that. We should make it very clear that it is not for production.
I mean, it doesn't even persist data, right?
Yeah, I know. So we just have to make sure we at least document it somewhere that it's not for production. So we could. What I mean to say is that I agree with Patrick. We just kill it and do the next one because there's no need to do another one. We don't support. It's just a sample, right? It's no big deal.
Like I think we should put somewhere at the top of the README that this is just a sample, and don't use it in production. We don't, like offer any support for this driver other than for testing.
Because somebody could confuse the entry host path with this one, thinking that it's the same thing. So we definitely want to have some kind of warning.
Okay, that's a good point. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and just once we cut this, we can go ahead and replace the versions for the older deployments too. All right. Moving on to our 1.14 board. Let's see. What do we have? So let's see, we're updating the docs. This is still ongoing, I think. There's a snapshotter example change under review. Next up is moving our objects to beta. I think I just had one really minor comment about this, and other than that, I think this is very close to merging.
Yeah, I just added a link in progress for the snapshot deployment example, which is in the CSI driver host path repository. It's the README update that complements the example MD change in our docs site. So
okay.
That I think is now fine. It's just that someone needs to approve it.
Okay. Yeah, I just made one comment on it this morning.
Okay.
So just,
okay.
Other than nothing major, it was just a wording thing. But yeah.
Good.
Cool. So once we can get this bug fix in, then we have to cut the images, update the E2Es, and then also update the docs at the same time. So there's still a little bit more work left here. Let me close this.
You cut images of the sidecars?
Yeah.
But then this one needs to have a tag, isn't it? That's the entry change?
What do you mean, the entry change?
You said you need to cut. You said the sidecar is dependent on this bug fix.
No, it's not dependent on this bug fix. But,
okay.
I'm just saying this whole feature itself.
Oh, okay.
This is what we need to do, or what we still have.
Sure.
Cool. All right. Patrick, you already gave an update on the CI stuff. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think we just need to get moving on the remaining on the pending PRs. Unfortunately, it will not be able to build images in this cycle. That's just something that couldn't be done, or just to the best of my knowledge, still isn't supported in Pro.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But at least we have at least we get better testing, and then we can still rely on Travis CI to just build the images and push them like we have done before. So I guess we are fine for 1.14.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Thank you.
And what I did before was once it was up there in Quay, all you had to do is just click on retag and just change the tag and that'll be it. So
Yeah, so now that whole process is automated. All you have to do
okay.
is do a git tag or a release, and then it automatically gets tagged. You don't need to do anything manual in Quay.
Oh, I thought he was saying that it wasn't. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Next up is consistent sidecars. I think here we're just waiting for the leader election stuff to go into all the sidecars. And then after that, we can start cutting them. Is that right?
Yes. So I was assuming that cluster driver registrar is not going to need a leader election support anymore.
Correct.
So I have the 4 PRs for provisioner, attacher, snapshotter, and resizer. So if you can just add all the comments today for those PRs, and then I can update them by the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, I think Jan, you left some comments. Is that right?
Yes, I just noted that you can guess the namespace from secret, and that could be used in all the sidecars.
Yeah, that's a good point. My only concern with that was if people choose to change the namespace where they run their sidecars, is there going to be a problem with the resource, like different leaders locking on different resource in the namespace, or is that something that we won't have to be worried about?
Well, like multiple provisioners running in different namespaces, looking on the same resource. That sounds quite unlikely, in my opinion.
I guess the question was, okay, so I guess we can assume that they would take down the provisioner in the old namespace before start spinning up the new one, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I guess, are we all okay with just having the sidecars discover namespaces on their own rather than passing in a flag?
I think that's fine. It's one less thing to get wrong.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the sidecars already have the namespace parameters.
So maybe for the ones that do, which is attacher and provisioner? Is that right?
Only attacher.
Only
Probably
attacher?
only attacher.
Okay. So maybe just for attacher, like we'll need to deprecate it. So if it's set, then we'll use it. But if it's not, then we'll go with the other way to discover it.
Okay. So overall, though, for all the sidecars, the only flag we should have is the leader election flag, and then everything else should either be deprecated or removed based on the status of the sidecar. Right. And then the namespace identity, everything else we can kind of do auto discovery in the library.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Was there something about like configuring timeouts or something or other?
Yeah, so the resizer has a bunch of flags to configure the timeouts, but they default to whatever we have in the library. So I'm thinking we should remove it unless we feel like we need to expose that to users.
I guess provisioner and attacher don't have timeout tunables for leader election.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay,
No.
yeah, then I say let's get rid of it. And also since I think resizer and snapshotter are brand new, we can just default to lease for those.
Okay. Snapshotter and resizer?
Yeah. Those are they have not had any previous leader election added to it. So I think we don't have to deprecate anything. We can just start by default using the lease method.
Okay. Yeah, I think Snapshotter already has that. For resizer, I think I need to update that.
Okay. Does Snapshotter have it? I thought.
Sorry, I meant my PR has the default to lease.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. So, other than the leader election stuff, are there any more changes that we are waiting for before we can start cutting releases?
I think Andrew has another PR that I need to take a look at. You addressed the comments, right, Andrew? There was another.
Yeah, I addressed the comments, but I keep getting merge conflicts.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm not sure if that's urgent for the release. I mean, I can put that in my priority queue if we want that in.
I think that should be that's the one. Use the that's a connection, right? That's a use the UTOS connection method. Yeah, I think should get that one in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll get to that today then.
And also
Okay.
in terms of priority, I think in terms of the sidecars that we should release, we should probably release the highest priority ones to release are the attacher and the provisioner, because those two use, and the resizer, because those are using the new API, the new features added in 1.14, whereas all the other sidecars don't really require any of the new features in 1.14, so we don't have to release them quite so urgently.
But there is a dependency between snapshotter and provisioner. But right now it's pointing to the master, right? I think
I think that's fine.
Patrick's PRs.
I think pointing to the master is perfectly fine, because it's not like the API, snapshotter API has not changed. So I think it's okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I think these three are probably the most important to focus on releasing first. Can we get people to sign up for working on this? I think, Hamad, you are probably the de facto owner for resizer.
Yeah, I have a PR in flight for changelog, right? So it's just that I need to address your review comments and stuff.
Cool. All right. Can we get volunteers for releasing external attacher and external provisioner?
I can try. Do we have a process for the changelog?
We don't have one yet, so this will be, you can set the example for everything else if you like.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
I will look into
do you want to take both of them, or I can take another one of them if you like?
I can take attacher, definitely.
Okay.
I'm not sure about provisioner. I did a lot of changes there.
I also did a lot of changes there. I'll take provisioner, that's fine.
Okay.
And then the rest of them, so let's focus on releasing these three first. The rest of them we can release later.
Yeah, I'll take up the release of the external snapshotter when it's ready. Probably, I don't know, when we do that, probably we need to update the provisioner again, just the dependency.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we need to change it yet. I think it's fine.
Right now,
once we update, once we need to update the provisioner again, then we can lock it to a snapshotter version, but I don't think it's necessary because we're already locked now to a specific commit.
I think, but you are going to change that to the master, I guess. I believe Patrick's PRs.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
right.
It's locked to a specific commit in master, so I think that's fine.
Commit? Okay, I didn't notice commit. I thought it's just the branch. I thought it's.
Yeah, so the constraint is just on the branch, but then the lock file will lock it to a specific commit.
Right.
So that we won't update that until we actually explicitly want to update that dependency.
Right, but I think when you run that, ensure it's going to update anyway. But
no, it's not going to update the commit in the lock unless you say update.
Is it? I thought every time you do it, well.
It has to if there's some like transitive dependency or something, it might, but for the most part, it shouldn't. You have to explicitly say dash update.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. So if we update the snapshot API, that time we definitely will need to do
Yep.
that. So we can wait.
Sounds good.
So is the plan now to merge that PR 255 for external provisioner before the release or after? Because it currently is still open.
I think we can merge it before. When I looked at it though, there was still a some Travis build was failing or something.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we
good.
should update it.
I need to check that.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're not quite ready to cut stuff yet, but we can start working on it. So I think the first step we can do is like to start creating a changelog file for these repositories. And there's still, I guess there's a couple more PRs we're still waiting on, mostly the leader election and I think some of the deprecation of the arguments. All right. So I think that's good for now. We'll look into the other sidecars once we finish these 3. Okay. I think that's it I have for 114. Is there anything related to 114 anyone wants to bring up? All right. We're slightly over time, but is there anything regarding 115 that anyone wants to bring up?
Michelle, I had added assigned a couple of people, I think last week sometime, whenever you get a chance, please.
Okay. Did you assign them to me? Because I think I only saw one.
Okay, I'll go back. I thought I did both, but I might have done one assigned to you, but they're very easy PR, so I'll take a look at them.
No problem. All right. And I think I'll need to check if they've decided on 115 release dates yet. But once they do, then maybe we can start planning a little better now. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Any other topics? All right, then let's end the meeting. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks.